Ah, the NBA, my favorite thing on earth. Somehow, we're already a quarter of the way through the season, and some teams are rolling, some are floundering and in need of a reset, and some might just be one move away from serious contention. So, as a self proclaimed pod son of the great podfather Bill Simmons, I've taken my talents to the trade machine and crafted some trades that I think could solve problems for these teams. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's go through some trades. The Spurs have an incredible core around Wemby and Dylan Harper, and I think they're poised to make a big move that could really shake some things up in the West and potentially make them a perennial contender right now. I have two trades for the Spurs, but the first one is Trey Murphy to the Spurs for Carter Bryant, Harrison Barnes, and the Spurs 2027 first round pick via Atlanta. Now the Spurs, they have enough picks to sort of overwhelm the Pelicans and force them to say yes to any trade they come up with, and Trey is pretty much a seamless fit into what the Spurs are doing currently. He provides more reliable shooting and defense than Keldon and Vassell, although they have both been good, and he is an elite upgrade over the Harrison Barnes spot and brings the exact same defensive versatility and scoring upside that the Spurs are looking for. Now, the drive and kick ability with this team is elite due to the gravity that Castle, Fox, and Harper and Wemby have, and I see Trey as being a beneficiary to a lot of wide open threes off of driving kicks here. As for the Pelicans, you get a great young player who's buried in San Antonio right now in Carter Bryant, who's a lot cheaper than Trey Murphy, but has Trey Murphy upside. And you can get an expiring in Barnes, as well as a first-round pick to trade away unprotected to another team on draft night. Listen, I love Derek Queen, but that trade was the dumbest. Well, this would be terrifying and potentially cement the Spurs as perennial title favorites for the next decade. But if they really wanted to go for it, they can trade Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Stephon Castle, and 3 firsts to the Bucks for Giannis and Thanasis. His salary makes the trade work. The Spurs do this because, I mean, come on, this makes them the most devastating front court in probably NBA history, all while keeping key players like Fox and Harper on the team. I mean, think of this duo. It haunts me what they can do defensively. As for the Bucks, you get last year's Rookie of the Year in Castle, you get a really good young player in Vassell, you get an expiring contract in Barnes, and some firsts to kickstart your rebuild with. It's not a terrible way to start a rebuild. For trade number 3, my beautiful Boston Celtics have somehow stayed afloat on what I thought was going to be a gap year. Behind the out-of-his-mind play by Jaylen Brown, the breakouts of Jordan Walsh, Josh Minot, and Nimi Keita, and the outstanding rookie year of Hugo, the Celtics have quietly rocketed up to 3rd in the East and can really be awesome with a few tweaks, as well as the addition of Tatum whenever that is. Please be next year, Jason Tatum. I need you to not get hurt. My mood is irrationally tied to the success of this team. Please don't get hurt. My trade idea is this: Ivica Zubats and Brook Lopez to the Celtics for Anthony Simons, Max Shulga, and the Celtics 2027 first round pick. The Clippers get off some long-term money in this move and bring in an expiring Simons who they have had their eye on for a while, along with a first-round pick. Maybe they can look to re-sign Simons in the long term, or maybe they just use the trade as a way to dump salary before they rebuild for the very long, bleak future ahead of them. I'm not sure. But as for the Celtics, Zubats provides an answer to their legit biggest weakness, which is center, gives them an elite pick-and-roll screener. The Celtics are 10th in pick-and-roll roll man points per game, which makes sense because Nimi is involved in a lot of their actions, and Zoo would be an awesome and more dynamic addition to these actions. He also brings some legitimate rim protection without the fouling issues that Nimi brings, and he's a proven playoff performer. Okay, my 4th trade here, it's a bit of a fleecing, I'll just be honest with you. The Timberwolves are in dire need of a point guard, and I spent about 3 hours trying to get them a big name like Ja Morant, but it was really hard. So I tried to think outside the box here, and I came to this conclusion. The Kings are prone to making, we'll say, less than desirable moves. And I think the Timberwolves could talk them into a trade that sends Keon Ellis to Minnesota and Bones Highland in a 2029 second to the Kings. This is a fleecing. Like I said, this is a fleecing. I know this won't happen, but I really want it to. I mean, Doug Christie, for some reason, just has Keon Ellis on a super short leash, and his playmaking and defense would be perfect for the Timberwolves. Yes, I know he's not a true stable point guard and a true table-setting point guard in the vein of Chris Paul, rip, but I do think he can evolve here and fit Minnesota's offensive needs, while also being perfect for them defensively. As for the Kings, they get a draft asset in Bones Highland. Like I said, this one's not fair. Okay, trade number 5. If you thought that last trade was bad, just buckle up here. I want to preface this by saying this is a bad trade and it won't happen. But if you think about it for a few minutes, just kind of sit on it, maybe you can see what I'm trying to say here. This weekend, the NBA so kindly got my co-host on the Long 2, Jordan Dyer of NBA Nerd Highlights fame, and I tickets to the Hornets-Nuggets game pictured here. While we were there, LaMelo was nowhere to be found, even while all the other injured players were with the team on the bench. He just was not there. We also witnessed Jokic and Murray dismantle the Hornets due to them having no real tangible big depth, other than Cockburner, who played all right, but he's a good rookie, and that's a lot to ask for him. It got me thinking, though, this Hornets core is really fun, and there is something here, so why not advance the timeline a bit here in the weak East? My trade is Zubats, Bogey, and Batum to Charlotte for LaMelo, Drew Peterson, and Antonio Reeves. Now, before you throw your phone in disgust and rip me apart in the comments, first, just know that you're right. And this is dumb, but think about it. In this scenario, this would be the first trade in a string of trades for the Clippers where they move off of Kawhi and Harden and quickly retool around a star and LaMelo on the fly. And LaMelo also puts butts in those brand new Inuit Dome seats and could help make this team fun again. As for Charlotte, they get some adults in the room. They add Zubac, who's a really interesting big who is 28 to this team and has a really good core with Kahn, Brandon Miller, Sion James, and Bridges. If they use their remaining capital to fill out around the corner, I think that the team could be really something in the East. I know a lot of people do not watch Charlotte, but you really should. They have something here, and it feels like they just need to add some pieces to push forward. Charles Lee is a good coach, but LaMelo seems to be going in the opposite direction of where his team is trying to go. With big depth like Cockburner and Diabate, as well as guards like McNeely and Sexton on this team, they have good depth. They have good young guys, and they can still add a player with star upside with their draft capital. I also think Kahn and Brandon Miller can be legit second or third options on winning basketball teams. And Zubac is a really good big. I think he can add to what they're trying to do offensively and defensively and really help to fill this team out. Okay, if you're somehow still watching, first off, thank you. And second off, I do have a bonus trade to make up for the last trade, but I don't know if you're going to like this one either. I just want to preface this by saying I don't think the Mavericks should move off of AD. He's been really good with Cooper as of late, and I think once Kyrie comes back and they figure themselves out, they can be pretty good. But with that being said, I have a trade that mixes some stuff up and goes against what I just said because it's the NBA and the Luka trade happened, so why not? My trade is Trae Young, Vic Krejci, and a 2028 first to the Mavericks for Anthony Davis. Just stick with me here. AD brings elite rim protection along with really good offense to this Hawks team and gives them a slightly more reliable big than KP. The lineup versatility that this creates with Onyeka, Johnson, Risha Shea, Alexander Walker, Mo Gay, and Asa Newell is astounding. This team can already guard and is already lanky and athletic, but this pushes them up a notch. Not to mention, it gives Jalen Johnson an elite running mate and sort of solves their Trae Young question since they have been better with him out as of late. For Dallas, they finally get a real point guard that can score and facilitate, and they can handle losing a big with their big depth. Although Lively did just get hurt for the season, so that kind of hurts that argument, but Trae takes a lot of pressure off of other scorers with his gravity and can eat on-ball reps. And that was all the trades I had, so please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out Jordan's channel where you can find all of our podcasts on the long too. But as always, thank you all for listening, and peace.